experience over the past 3 or 4 months has been great. It's a bit surprising, and we've had a lineup of great guests already on the podcast.
Right here we have with us Shamir, the founder of SmartPanda Labs. Shamir, really nice to have you.
Thank you.
So just for starters, Shamir, it would be really helpful if you could just do a quick introduction of yourself, the company, what kinds of companies you work with, and then we'll dive deeper.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm one of the co-founders here at SmartPanda Labs. We're a technical marketing agency. We work with B2C enterprise organizations, helping them with their post-click experience for their high consideration products and services. And one of the things that we do to help kind of get the message out there about what's important to us in the post-click experience is we started a podcast to be able to promote that.
Right. And so far, we engaged because you wanted to invite more guests to the podcast, right? What has your overall experience with cold outreach been? Is that what you expected? How would you describe the overall experience in the last 3, 4 months?
Yeah, the overall experience over the past 3 or 4 months has been great. And to be honest, it's a bit surprising because we tried cold outreach before several times over the years, and it has never gone well. So we were pretty reluctant about starting cold outreach this time, but you came highly referred from someone else, and we knew that we needed a way to be able to get the message out about the podcast and find the right kind of guests. So from the beginning, from discovery and understanding our needs to very quickly making adjustments along the way to make sure that we were talking to the right people that we really wanted to focus on to have as guests on the podcast. You guys have been quick and responsive, very communicative, and we've had a lineup of great guests already on the podcast, recordings that we have in place, and people that we're still talking to now that will very soon be guests.
That's good to hear. Are there any guests that stand out, like conversations that you really enjoyed, or people that were super high profile, were great fit to be potential clients for you? Anything that comes to mind?
Yeah, for sure. We've had some guests from some pretty well-known brands, actually. Stussy, which is a well-known apparel brand, was a guest that we recently had. That was an exciting conversation. We have an upcoming recording with a guest from Dow Jones, which I was really excited about as well, which there seems to be some opportunity there as well. So all of the guests that we have all been really good target organizations for us, but in particular, having some well-known brands also adds legitimacy to who we are and what we do. And we're really excited when we can get those names on the podcast.
Absolutely. So one thing you mentioned, which is before this, you tried outbound, didn't really work for you. When you were making this decision, I'm sure you must have had some hesitations. What was the thought process like, and how did you end up choosing to finally give this a go?
Yeah, I mean, our two main hesitations were one, as I mentioned, our history. It just hasn't worked well. But also two, we really didn't want to tarnish our brand with cold outreach. I mean, I've gotten cold outreach. Other people out there have gotten cold outreach, and it can very quickly become annoying. And we didn't want our brand associated with that. So what was really good here is in working with the team at Hyperke and getting the copy right, we were able to present it very much as, hey, this is something that we find to be valuable for you. This is why we're asking you to be on it. This is what the podcast is about. Please let us know if you're interested. So it wasn't high pressure. It wasn't at all salesy. It was really about saying, hey, we value you and your expertise. So it was putting the person at the other end of the email at the center of the experience. And that made us feel a lot better about at least starting and trying it. And of course, now that we see the results and see that people are responding to it, now we're feeling overall better about using cold outreach in the right way for our ICP. And I think that's really was the key thing that we really learned from this is that other ones treated our ICP, which as I mentioned is more enterprise, they treated it as more of a small business ICP. And you can't talk to small business the same way you talk to enterprise. Hyperkey really understood that from the beginning, that you can't do that. And they really tailored the messaging and the strategy around talking to enterprise leaders. And because of that, we've seen a lot better response.
Absolutely. And also, while we're talking about that, also credit to you because these sales cycles are super, you don't close them in 2 weeks, right? So it takes patience. You kind of have to build a relationship, nurture them, and then eventually sell to them. So obviously your background in the industry working with those kinds of companies helps. But a lot of times when we speak to customers and they want to target like enterprise customers, they are not as patient. So that's also useful. So just one final question, what has, other than the results, other than the appointments, what has your experience been like in terms of communication, in terms of all the other aspects, the smaller things like communication or transparency or anything else that you look for when you're working with a vendor?
It's been good. We've had, monthly meetings to kind of get an update on how things are going. We get weekly reports to understand just how the previous week performed. And I can quickly jump in via a channel like Slack and understand and say, hey, this is who booked. This is a little bit off the focus, the target of our ICP, maybe for X, Y, or Z reason. Be able to communicate that, and then I can immediately see the response really in near real time to say, okay, let's make this adjustment, let's make this tweak. So it's not only great being able to have that level of communication, but to be able to see how quickly you and your team respond and be able to make those adjustments so that we can get better results as we continue to move forward.
For sure. And if someone else, let's say there was another agency that was also trying to crack enterprise deals or trying to target these kinds of companies, what would your recommendation be to them, if they were also exploring outreach as an option?
I definitely recommend that they talk to you and the team at Hyperke. Again, you understand probably more so than anyone else, any other agency that we've tried before. And again, we've probably tried a good four or five before. You understand the marked difference between how to talk to enterprise and how to approach enterprise versus how to talk to and approach a smaller business and the leaders of a smaller business. And that just little tweak, that little difference makes a world of difference. So understanding that difference is what the advice I would give to other agencies that are trying to do that. And working with an agency like yours that understands it is probably one of the best things I can advise them to do.
Awesome. Thanks so much for the kind words, Shamir.